Hey guys, what's going on? Sherman here. Thought it was about time to do another EDC update. I haven't been doing a whole lot of them recently just because my EDC doesn't really change a whole lot. Once I find something I like, I usually stick with it. So I figured you guys would probably get bored just seeing the same thing once a month, but I don't think I've done an EDC update in quite a few months. Now, like I said, my EDC hasn't changed a whole lot, but I still want to give you guys kind of an update. Really, the main changes that I've made in my EDC has been in my everyday carry pack. It still hasn't been a huge change, but I thought I'd just kind of fill you guys in anyway. And kind of throw in another kind of little, not DIY video, but just kind of show you guys something that I thought was kind of neat that I've done with my EDC pack that I thought I'd share with you guys. But I thought I'd throw it all into one video. First thing, this isn't an EDC item, but a lot of people ask me what I listen to while I'm doing videos here in the shed. You know, they'll ask, what song is that at such and such time? But right now I'm listening to Maroon 5's new album, 5, or some people might think it's V. But I love Maroon 5. That's what I'm listening to right now. Alright, my EDC, like I said, doesn't really change, so the first few items are going to be kind of boring because it's something that you guys have seen for years. But first of all is my cell phone. It is the same LG NV3. I actually took a picture of my EDC on Instagram and somebody commented, "Why do you EDC a calculator?" Kids these days. But that is one of the best flip phones that I've ever had, and I love it. It's a really good phone. Right now at this point in my life, I can't really justify spending the extra money on a data plan for a smartphone. So that's what I carry because I don't use my phone a lot. I just need it to make calls. And I'm married, so it's not like I text a whole bunch of girls. So anyway, that's all I really need. So that's my simple phone. Next is my wallet. You guys have seen this for years. My LA Police here. My County Com LA leather wallet. I absolutely love this wallet. It's super thin, very minimalistic. I just throw it in my back pocket and forget about it. The only reason I haven't replaced it is because I haven't found anything that I like as good as this. Yeah, I haven't found anything this slim that holds all the same stuff. You know, a lot of wallets that are really slim, they only hold a couple of things. I don't have a whole lot in my wallet, but still, I need to have a few compartments for different cards and whatnot. But anyway, that's the only reason I haven't replaced it, just because I love that wallet. I haven't found anything that I like as much as it. So, simple wallet, had it for years. Next, here again, a flashlight I've had for years is my 4.7's Quark 123. You see, that's the old version before 4.7's changed the logo and the names of their products. I might actually be replacing this soon, just because I've started noticing that the battery life is not as good as some newer models that are coming out now. But I love the features, I love the size, I love the feel of that light. So I love it. That's why I haven't replaced it yet. So like I said, once I find something I like, I usually stick with it. Next, my keys. This is nothing real tactical at all. Just simple keys. Just a simple little Energizer flashlight, car keys, this little keychain that's solar powered that I got when me and my wife went on honeymoon to Asheville. You gotta show some love for the Transformers. So, and it's just a simple little lanyard, mustache lanyard, my favorite colors. Like I said, nothing tactical or real special about my keys. They're just simple keys. I don't like to have a lot on my keys, just because, you know, it gets heavy, it gets unnecessary. But not even paracord on there. Next, something you guys here again are familiar with, this is my ITS Tactical Pocket Trauma Kit and their slimline pouch. Love this thing. I always have this on me. You know, if you carry something that can put a hole in somebody, you better carry something that can patch a hole back up. So there's that, and kind of keep that out of the way. Next, my carry pistol is still my Kimber Pro CDP2. Love it. And this isn't my everyday carry holster, but if, you know, I'm just messing around at the house or out here in the shed, this is what I usually have. Just when I don't really worry about concealing, you know, my Blackhawk Serpo that I've modified. I've cut the end off because this Serpo holster is just for all 1911s. It's long enough to accommodate a full size, but I don't have a full size 1911. I just smacked the camera. So I trimmed that down to match the barrel length. So I also added some skateboard tape, some grip tape into that, to the button. So it's not my everyday carry holster, but let me zoom out just a little bit. It's not my everyday carry holster. But you know, my everyday carry holster is just a simple holster, not even really worth mentioning. So, you got that. Move some stuff over. Now for my everyday carry blades. My rotation changes a little bit. I don't have a whole lot of knives anymore. You guys know I've sold off a lot of my collection, and I'm still selling my collection, you know, to raise money to get new knives. But the two folders that I've been carrying most recently, I'll just show you guys those, are both Kershaw's. First of which is the Kershaw G10 Cryo. This is my favorite version of the Cryo so far, and I've had two. I sold one of them and I gave the other one to my dad. But I love the G10 and Stonewashed Cryo. So I've been carrying this recently. It's just a really good knife. It's small, it's pretty lightweight. I modified mine a little bit by polishing and heat anodizing the lock bar stabilizer. So I love the Cryo. So I've been carrying that. And also, like I said, is another Kershaw budget knife. And that is the Kershaw Emerson Collaboration CQC 6K. Love this knife. Here again, I always modify my knives in at least a small way, and I lightly bronze heat anodize the pocket clip. I think it looks pretty cool. I love this knife. I'm going to be reviewing it soon, so be on the lookout for that. Here again, it's just a good lightweight knife for the size. I've been carrying this a lot recently, actually. Just a really good knife, especially for the price. I really like that. Now, when I don't feel like carrying, you know, a 4 or 5 ounce-ish folding knife, and you know, I'm just bumming around in like workout shorts or whatever, and like I said, I don't want to carry a big bulky pocket knife, I'll always have this guy on me, the Amsler Razor 2.0, the Hurricane Razor. Love, 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 love this fixed blade. You guys know I love my small fixed blades, and this one's just perfect, and mostly for the fact that it has a pocket clip. You don't have to resort on using this as a neck knife. Or resort to, I should say. But since this has a pocket clip, it makes it much easier for me to EDC this. So sometimes I'll just carry this in my back pocket anyway, even if I'm carrying one of those two folders or carrying a folder in my front pocket. I usually have this in my back pocket. Love this blade. I already have a review on that up. Alright, that's about it for my pocket carry. Now I'll show you guys my everyday carry pack and some changes that I've made to it. My everyday carry pack is still my Hazard 4 Evac Plan B. For the same reason that I haven't changed some of the other items in my EDC, I haven't changed this because it works. I love it. I haven't found anything yet that is worth replacing this for. Yet. I'm not, you know, a fanboy or anything like that. I just stick with what works for me, and this pack works for me. Now, some things that some people may not understand and that have made comments about, like, why do you carry so much stuff, is that my everyday carry pack also doubles as my get home bag. So, there's that. That's why I have kind of an overabundance and redundancies of things in here. But I guess I'll just start, if this is the first time you've seen this pack, you know, I'll go over some things here. This is a new patch. You know, you can really only carry one patch at a time on this pack. I love patches. I got this off a guy on Instagram. I think his name is Derek for real, something like that. I apologize if I cannot remember your name, but I'll post a link as an annotation. But he makes and sells these on Instagram. Love these patches, so cool. So I got one of those, threw it on there. But my patches change. You know, I'll change them out once a week sometimes. This is a button I want to take off. You guys might be able to see. Mustache you for a kiss. My wife, actually, when we were dating, she got that for me. Just as a little joke, because she knows that I like mustache things and I love green. So just kind of I'm very sentimental. So I put that on my pack, so it's always there with me every day. And it has a nice story behind it. So I have that on there. All right, on the side, I have a ITW web dominator attached here. Very cool little accessory. If you guys have never seen those, I'll do a separate video on these altogether. But I ordered a pack of 10 of these. You kind of have to build them yourself, but like I said, I'll show you that in the video. So I have that on there, and basically just what it is, it's some elastic cord with a polymer piece that attaches to your MOLLE. And you just take that bungee cord and you lock it into that. And it's just a good way to carry hats, sunglasses. I mean, just basically any small little thing you want, you can just attach it to those. It's just a really cool little option. Down here I have a carabiner with some electrical tape. You'd be surprised how often you use electrical tape, or how many things electrical tape can do. So I just have that on the outside. I have here again an ITW Grimlock here, just for attaching different stuff, different options. And I still have my blue and black paracord cross that my buddy Ernie made for me, Hyperfly 50 here on YouTube. So I love that. So here again, sentimental. Speaking of that, you guys are gonna see this eventually. That is a, I don't know how I'll be able to see it. That is a pink cupcake sticker. Here again, my wife, before we were married, like we were still dating, we were hanging out one time, and she's a dance teacher. She gives stickers to her students and whatnot, and we're just joking around, and she gave me that sticker and put it on my pack. Here again, so I always see it. And if this is used as a get home bag, which I hope it never has to be, but if it is, I have things like that button on there that are sentimental, they hold a good story, and it's just a morale boost. So, you know, if you're trying to get home, things like that can really help you keep in mind the reason why you're trying to get home. So different things like that will help you out. It's a good morale boost. On this side, I have a battery-powered, basically glow stick, emergency signal. I don't know how well I'll be able to see daylight, but it's red, flashes, and it's a flashlight. So, very cool little product. It's very cheap. You can get them at Walmart. Also, it doubles as a whistle. So, very cool little product. Just have that in there. It's red. Have it in there for emergencies. It's the backup flashlight. You can use it, like I said, as a signaling beacon. This is my trauma kit. It's the ITS Tactical ETA trauma kit Fat Boy pouch. So I've shown you guys this in a separate video. I have my own little patch on there to indicate what it is. Down here is a giant zip tie that I just have woven in there. And you know, this may sound like a tactical type reasoning, but you can use these as restraints if you ever had to use this as a get home bag for emergencies or whatever. I don't know, active shooter situation. Just one of those scenarios, I don't know. You can use that as an emergency restraint. So I just have it on the outside. I've had it there for a long time now. Just never have changed the placing of it just because it doesn't really make any difference. It's out of the way there. It doesn't really matter. And then on the side of the ETA trauma kit is my Leatherman Z-Rex. It is a strap cutter. A few tools in one. I'll do a video on this. I realize that I haven't done a video on it yet. But it has a 440C replaceable blade, or it's swappable basically. Aluminum handle, has an oxygen wrench attachment, and a carbide glass breaking tip. It's just a great emergency tool. So I have that on there. I would carry shears instead of that, but if it has that glass breaker, I like having that added option. So that's basically the outside. The inside, this front pocket, there's nothing really changed in there. Front pocket, however, I used to have my first aid kit in it. This top pocket. These are my everyday carry sunglasses. These are ESS crossbows. These also double as eye protection. It has the locking system, so you can unlock that and remove the lenses. I have a spare pair in there that are clear that I use kind of like, I use them as safety glasses. If I'm out here in the shed, I'll pop those on and use them, like I said, as safety glasses. I've used them at work before. Also, if you're at a shooting range, you can use them. It's eye protection. Glasses, cleaning cloth in there, some Purell, sanitizing wipes, just different little things here and there. And I also have the spare lenses. So it's just little things that I might want to get to quickly. I'll show you guys what I've done with my first aid kit. Alright, open it up. Oh, I also forgot to mention, but you guys probably see, I have these just small little Night Eyes S-beaners attached here and there to the different zipper pulls. I heat anodized in bronze just to look cool, but I also realized that it matched my backpack and it looked really neat. So I have 3 of them on here, I believe. So those are different options you can attach things with, use them as tools. I don't know how well you guys will be able to see once I open this, because it's pretty long. I'll do it in different sections. But anyway, I'll just get this out of the way first. This flap, which I also use for first aid, I now just carry my glasses case in it. And behind here, I never really had a use for this before, but behind the mesh pocket is actually almost like a pocket in itself. And that's where I just carry a pair of Fox gloves. Just, you know, use them when I do yard work a lot, or if you have to work on a car. It's just good to have some gloves, protect your hands. This is where my system's changed slightly. This is my first aid kit, and this is, I haven't done a video on this yet, so this is kind of the first you guys got to see this. This is a Vanquist Gear product. Very cool. Is pretty much, you know, basically the design was based on the ITS Tactical ETA Trauma Kit pouch, which the ETA kit pouch was based on another pouch. I cannot think of the name of it right now. But anyway, this is their fat pack. I forget the exact size, but it's like the fat pack 5x7. This is a smaller version. You see right there. We're doing a project recently where we had a bunch of hook Velcro, and it's just, as you can see, white, and the backing is nylon, so you can write on it. So I thought it'd be cool to just use it to mark all of my pouches. But this is my new first aid kit. See, I have my different bottles of just regular, like I have Advil, ibuprofen, a roll of bandages, or a roll of gauze, my tweezers in there. See, it opens up just like the ITS Tactical Fat Boy. 2 pairs of gloves. They're both nitrile gloves, or vinyl. I have some tape attached to the little daisy chain bungee cord there. The reason I did that is because it fits perfectly if the tape is up here, resting in this little area right there. But I didn't want to, when I opened this, have the tape just fall out, but I wanted to be able to keep it out of the way. So I attached it to this piece of paracord and S-beaner. So that when I open this, I can throw that out of the way, get to the stuff that I need, because I'm not always going to need tape. So that keeps it out of the way, but it also keeps it so I don't lose it. And if I unroll some of it, it's fine too. My Band-Aids right there on that elastic cord. I have a small pair of scissors. There's some Q-tips down in there. Some more medication down in there. Back here is some emergency gauze, just some dressings, a triangular bandage in there, some hemostatic gauze down in there. Just some, you know, you guys have pretty much always have all seen my everyday carry first aid kit. So just like I said, the typical first aid items in there. I might go over it in more detail, but that is in my Vanquist fat pack. I also have the bigger version, the fat pack. Here again, I forget the measurements, but I will do a full video on both of them. Let me see if I can get this flap. Did I mention that I'm OCD? So there we go. It's just a small, compact little compartment. I think it's even a little bit smaller than the ITS Fat Boy. Anyway, I have that in there. That's my first aid kit. It frees up this pocket. It allows me to carry, because before I had first aid items in this front pocket and then back here in this mesh pocket. So they were both separated because I never could fit them all in one place. Now I have one pack that I can carry all of my first aid supplies in. So, first aid, trauma. That is my dedicated trauma kit. That's why it's on the outside of my pack, so I can get to it in a hurry if I need to. That may change, I'm not sure. But first aid. In here, have my tools. This is the Maxpedition what is it, the EDC, forget which version this is. It's not the micro, I think it's just the mini. But anyway, I have in here just a bunch of random assorted tools and whatnots. Knife sharpener, pry bar, lighter, straight razor from County Com, cleaning stick, little magnet, extendable magnet wand basically, paracord, spare flashlight, and there is some zip ties, some duct tape, a bigger zip tie, just, you know, a bunch of random assorted tools. And I actually got this idea of marking all of my stuff by $20 Bandit here on YouTube. Great guy. He makes his own, he actually makes his own, has designed his own little nylon pouches. So, very cool. And he's marked them all with his own name tapes. So I got the idea from him, actually. And here is my SEER kit. Survive, evasion, resist, and escape. That I believe comes from the Air Force. This is basically my survival kit in here. These are all my survival related items. Now yes, you can use some tools as survival items and some survival items as tools, but generally these are all my tools. These are all my survival items. Like in here I have an emergency space blanket. Some glow sticks on the outside for emergency illumination. Whoops, just hit the camera. Then here, you know, I have monocular, you know, for scoping out the area, no pun intended there. You know, just surveillance basically, recon. Some toilet paper. I mean, come on, guys. That's a huge benefit there. Also, fire starter. And there's some emergency food such as peanut butter, some Propel powder, and some coffee powder. Just some stuff like that. A survival whistle. Down in there is a Altoid survival tin. But in here I have divided up into a few different sections. I have some escape items such as the saw, handcuff key, something for picking locks, that's a hairpin. I want to get an actual lock picking set from ITS Tactical. And there's like a repair kit. It has some super glue, duct tape, screws, some needles and thread. And there's some actual survival items like a knife, a can opener, flashlight, and just different stuff like that, like random tools. And then here I have a fire making kit, just a bunch of different stuff. Basically anything you would have in a small survival kit. Fire steel. So that's my sear kit. I throw in there because, like I said, this does double as a get home bag. I have a several kilonewton carabiner you can use for towing, rappelling, whatever. Hang your keys on it. And here is my SE Azula. This is I have two. This one's just my favorite. It has an insanely sharp edge. I take this out every now and then and oil it and strop it just to keep the edge maintained, because eventually, being high carbon steel, even just being in this bag, it will develop some spotting of patina and rust. So I just kind of clean it up every now and then. This is my emergency survival bushcraft knife. I always have a folder on me, but this is my bushcraft knife. I love this. My Regalia Innovations Kydex sheath. I have a spare magazine for my 1911 and a SDI custom Kydex mag sheath. I love it. I have some spare ammunition in there. And there is just some bandana, emergency maps, some spare batteries, and that is just a little super absorbent. That's why I said super absorbent. It's basically like a sham wow. You never know when you need a towel to dry some stuff off, or use it like you would a bandana. Just one of those handy items. It doesn't take up any space or any weight, so I just figured why not. So that's in there. And all this just kind of slides in here. Easy to get to, easy to tell what things are. All right, as I mentioned earlier, I made a modification that I want to kind of show you guys. It's like a DIY project. But in the hydration bladder pocket / CCW pocket, that's what I use it for. When I'm not carrying my pistol on me, I'll have it in this back pocket. And I'll usually have it in my SDI Kydex trigger card. It just slips on over that. You can also use this as a holster. Basically, you can put it in your waistband of your pants and attach this to either your belt or your waistband. And in theory, as you draw it and you tug on it, it'll release, and then you have your pistol. But I keep it in there just to be safe. Why not? I have it, and it just slides down in there like so. And there we go. But the modification that I've made here, or not necessarily a modification, but just kind of something that I've added to this pocket, and what I wanted to show you guys, give you guys kind of an idea, open this up a little bit more, is this white sheet. This is made of a material called Coroplast, corrugated plastic, and it is made just like a cardboard box. Where it's corrugated cardboard, this is corrugated plastic. It is very thick. It is not very flexible. Well, it's flexible to a point, and then just not breaks, but just bends. But what I use this for is a internal frame sheet. Now, you can make a frame sheet out of a lot of different stuff, and basically what a frame sheet is a lot of backpacks, especially your bigger backpacks like your 3-day packs, will have a hard plastic or sometimes even a metal, thin metal sheet in the backing of it, and it keeps the back rigid. See, without it, the back of this flexes when you're carrying it. As you see, it bends like so. And when you're carrying that, it really distributes the weight unevenly. So what a frame sheet does is it helps keep the back rigid, and it helps you keep the weight distribution a little bit more even. So you just get a piece of Coroplast. You can get this at hardware stores. I think you can even get this at Walmart. And what I did, I just did a quick internal measurement of that, and cut this out, and just kind of finagled it around in there. Cut a little bit off as I needed, and it works great. Now, every now and then it will get bent like so, because it's conforming like this. So I just turn it around, it lets it bend the other way. I have a few of these though, so if one wears out, you can even double up on these. But it's just a neat thing to do, and it's something that has really helped me. It makes a huge difference in carrying this, because like I said, it just keeps the pack flat up against your back, and it really helps with the weight distribution, so you don't have a lot of the slouch going on in your pack if you carry a lot of stuff. That's not a miracle fix-all, but like I said, it does work. It's a pretty cheap fix. And I don't use my, now if you use your hydration bladder pouch, then this might not work for you. You might have to try to figure out another way to stick a frame sheet in there. But I don't have a hydration bladder, and I only use this for CCW, and my pistol fits in there just fine with this frame sheet in there. So I just wanted to show you guys that, because I thought it was kind of a neat little thing to do if you get some coroplast. The same thing, I mean, you can use a few different other things. You could double up, you can use plexiglass. The only reason I didn't do that is because plexiglass is very brittle, and if this bends too much, it could break and fragment, and you might get some sharp pieces sticking into your backpack, and it could possibly go through the material depending on the backing, depending on what kind of backpack you have. It wouldn't really go through this. This is really thick. But anyway, that's what I've done, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I have 2 more big sheets. It comes in like big poster board size sheets, and I don't remember how much it is. It's not terribly expensive either. But anyway, I'm going to do the same thing with a couple of other of my packs. And I don't know, it's just a really neat fix if you get a lot of uneven weight distribution, and the back gets real bunched up and doesn't lay very flat up against your back. But anyway guys, that's my everyday carry pack / get home bag. I don't carry this on me. I used to carry this around in the stores with me. I don't know really why I did that. I guess because I just got paranoid for a while. But anyway, after getting a lot of weird looks and after just really not wanting to carry this around with me all the time, I just throw it in the car. So it's my, like I said, my get home bag, or I'll carry this in the church with me if I need to get to something. You know, it's right there. Everybody knows me for that. Everybody knows that if they get a cut, or if they have a headache, or if they need a tool, they pretty much always come to me, because I know I always have pretty much everything anybody would need in here. It's like the Mary Poppins bag. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this EDC update / DIY frame sheet video. I may actually do a video showing you guys, you know, me measuring and cutting it out and putting it in another backpack, show you like before and after or whatever. Let me know if you want to see that. But anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, stay sharp, and God bless. Sherman 614, peace.